This story is out of Jacksonville, Florida. Tania McGowan is 23 years old and was arrested for allegedly beating and starving her 5-month old son. Yes, I said 5-month old son, which equates to 180 days. Tania was taken into custody and charged with one count of child abuse and child neglect over her son's death. This is the background to the story. On December the 11th at 6:17 p.m., Tania called 911 and reported her son was unresponsive. When Jacksonville Fire and Rescue arrived at the scene, they located the baby and transported him to University of Florida Health. He was pronounced dead after arriving at the hospital. Hospital staff called the police to investigate. Around 8:45 p.m., deputies with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department was dispatched to the hospital where the medical staff told them that Tania had left the hospital after her son was pronounced dead. Someone from the hospital told the detective that the child was emaciated, weighing only 7 pounds. The detective on the scene described the baby as appearing extremely malnourished to the point that you could see that the stomach was caved and his rib cage was protruded. His face was thin and his cheeks sunken in. The medical examiner conducted an autopsy, but results are still pending. However, the medical examiner did mention that the child was extremely malnourished and had no evidence of any food in his stomach or intestines. Investigators went to interview Tania at her home, where she allegedly provided them with written consent for the scene to be processed. Inside, detectives stated they found the house cluttered with little to no furniture. There was only a single container of baby formula and 2 bottles in the home. In an interview with the investigators, Tania allegedly said that she put her son down around 8 p.m. the previous night. She woke up at 11 a.m. but did not check on the infant for another 3 hours, at which point she assumed the baby was still asleep. Tania allegedly said that she fell asleep, waking up around 6 p.m. in the evening and making her son a bottle. This is very poor parenting skills. She claims she made an 8-ounce bottle and went to wake the baby, but he was unresponsive. Tania stated her son's eyes and mouth were open, and he was pale and cold. The manager of Tania apartment complex spoke to detectives and expressed concern for the well-being of the baby. The manager informed investigators on December the 6th. Tania was inside the complex public area when people heard slapping sounds. They investigated the public area and found Tania with an infant and another small child. Surveillance footage of the incident provided to investigators allegedly showed the following. Tania can be seen laying the baby on the couch and then walking away. The baby is covered in a small blanket. Tania returns to her son, picks him up, and then slams him back onto the couch. She grabs the baby's head and face and twists the baby head to the side. She then covers the baby head with the blanket and begins to strike the baby on the back repeatedly with an open hand. Tania is shown taking a large throw pillow from the couch and putting it over the baby's head before walking away. She is doing all these evil things to her 5-month-old baby. Tia allegedly told investigators her son had not been seen by a doctor since his July birth. Tania claimed she noticed her son was slimming down and thought he looked this way because he was growing. Did Tania ever think he was slimming down because she was not feeding him enough? Tania is currently being held on a $1.5 million bond and is scheduled to appear at the DeVal County Courthouse on January the 5th. I do not even know why she was even given bail in the first place, if I'm being honest. A court hearing was scheduled for January the 29th. However, I could not find any update to this case. My commentary: did anyone notice the baby being malnourished? The baby was 5 months and only weighed 7 pounds. According to the clinical growth charts put out by the CDC, the average weight or 50% percentile for a baby boy who is 5 months old is 16 pounds. In addition to being starved, the baby was allegedly abused. This baby died a painful death. Where was the father, and was he involved in his son's life? Did the people that heard the slapping sounds at the apartment complex, did they ever call the police? I am from the school. If you see something, you should say something. If Tania felt overwhelmed, why didn't she reach out to someone that could have helped her? It was evident that her parenting skills were lacking. There are many not-for-profits and churches that could have assisted Tania. In addition, she could have reached out to families, neighbors, and the local hospital. I am sure the family and community are overwhelmed with how this baby died. To the family and community, there is nothing as painful as the death of a loved one, especially a child. All we are left with is the memories of the time we got to spend with them. Psalms 34:18 states, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." God will never leave you or forsake you. Please lean on Him. He will hear your prayer. I hope and pray that this baby gets justice.